So much to dive into, so let's get to it with Fox News contributor and Wall Street Journal editorial board member Bill McGurn. Bill, good morning to you. So we've heard it many times. All of these candidates are looking for that breakout moment because in a news cycle dominated by Donald Trump, they sure need it. So who do you think is going to accomplish that goal, and what will you be watching for on Wednesday?
Well, it's anyone's guess. I'm watching more how the debate is going to unravel. It seems to me there are three possible scenarios. One, they all beat up on Joe Biden. Two, they all beat up on Donald Trump because he's the front runner. Or three, they beat up on each other. And I think the likelihood is that Donald Trump benefits from not being there because he looks above the fray. He kind of makes him look small. But the question is, will he pay a price for it down the road? Most Republicans, the polls show, want Trump to participate in the debates. And it seems to me after you've lost the presidential race, you should make your case to the people why you should get the nomination.
Who do you expect to be, to follow up on Carly's question, the breakout star of the night, the person we are all going to be talking about on Thursday morning?
I think we might all be talking how there was no breakout star. Look, Vivek Ramaswamy has come from nowhere to a respectable showing. I think that's extraordinary. He has very engaging personality. I think one of the things people like about him, the same that they like Donald Trump for, he gives answers. He doesn't avoid questions. He answers like he did with that woman the other day on a tough question on transgender. He's not afraid to answer. But then again, what I'm looking for is policy. I want to see what they stand for. I'd like to see what they feel on Ukraine. I think that's a big issue. I think the world's a dangerous place with Joe Biden in office, especially after the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. And I want to see who has the best answer for that and who's also going to increase trade and growth.
So the latest polling from CBS, Bill, has Donald Trump at 62%, which means that all of the other candidates combined, he has more support than all of them. So is it too early to say that it's a foregone conclusion that it's going to be Trump and Biden?
I think it is too early because to me it reminds me of a basketball. If you've ever been in a game on a team that had a huge lead, the temptation is always to sit back on it and play safe, and then you end up losing the momentum and very hard to catch up. I'm not saying Trump will do that. Maybe he'll be vindicated. It'll work for him. But he risks someone catching fire, and especially if they combine it, not so much in debate, but in the caucuses or a primary, there's always someone who surprises with a strong number 2 or number 3. So, yes, I do think it's way too early.
Iowa's a long way away in political time. 5 whole months between now and the Iowa caucuses, so we will see. You mentioned Vivek Ramaswamy. He got some unexpected praise from one Bill Maher. Take a watch.
You're such a good talker, and you're such a likable guy. I think you really could go far. I mean, look, you're attractive looking, you're young. Here's a big advantage you have. Biden and Trump, people hate this matchup, and they hate that there's two geriatrics. So you're like the most not that.
They're both over twice my age, literally. Yeah.
Right. And, you've got color in your face that's not either orange or, ghostly.
That's a pretty good line. Bill Maher always has some good lines. But to Bill, you've been in this politics game for years. You understand messaging as a speech writer. Why? Why is Vivek having this moment?
Well, I never thought I'd be saying this, especially on Fox, but I agree entirely with Bill Maher. He's very vigorous. As I said before, he answers questions in a straightforward way. You might not like the answers, but he doesn't duck them, kind of like Trump, just plows right into them. And I think people find that refreshing. So many politicians, when they give an answer, you can see them thinking, the wheels turning in their head. What does this person want here, or so forth? You don't get that with the Vivek. But I think there are plenty of others on stage who could have a fine moment. Tim Scott, I think he's very engaging. I want to hear more about his agenda and his platform. Nikki Haley, a lot of people. I think, frankly, even for the president, one of the things he wouldn't want in debate is go up against Mike Pence. Now, I'm not sure Mike Pence really has a chance to win, but Mike Pence could debate Donald Trump on policies during the administration, and very calmly. And I think Donald Trump would have more difficult time with that. Everyone's talking about Chris Christie, and he would certainly be combative. But I think Pence might, on the Trump issue, needle him a little more.
Yeah, and looking past the primary to the general election, Larry Hogan just said that if it ends up being Donald Trump and Joe Biden, the No Labels party the No Labels group will likely launch a third-party candidate. So that would definitely change things up, and probably not good news for Joe Biden on that front. But there is, like Todd said, a lot of time between then and now. It's going to be an important day tomorrow, and we're all going to be watching. Bill, thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.